Why is it a problem that this water heater doesn't have an expansion tank?
In a fairly typical water heater installation, you'll have a water pipe coming in and a water pipe going out. Generally, you can tell the difference in the two pipes because one's hot and one's cold. In your particular installation, you've got one that's hot and one that's hot.
Okay.
The reason that that's bad is because you have supposed to have water coming in at about 50-55 degrees in Virginia. That's the average temperature. This time of year being winter, it's about 50 degrees. So you've got water introduced into the tank at 50 degrees. Cold water is denser than is hot water. The water then goes into the tank at a certain PSI, which is determined by the pressure in your house. That water will expand when it's heated.
Mm-hmm.
So you've got dense water being introduced at a particular PSI. It's going to fit so much into this sphere. When it heats, it expands. Without an expansion tank, and a good rule of measure to know that you don't have one is you don't have one. You would notice it. It's a fairly large blue tank.
Okay.
Generally they're blue. Sometimes they're different colors. But the other sheer and clear way to tell is when your cold water line is hot. Because thermal expansion is basically taking the hot water in the tank and pushing it back against the street pressure from the house.
Okay.
So you've got water trying to come in at, let's say, average street pressure should be, your house after your PRV should be about 65 psi. You've got 65 psi coming in, and the pressure inside this vessel has exceeded that and is pushing hot water back towards the street.
Now, if I go upstairs and turn on my hot water, will this get
That pipe
cold?
will instantly get cold.
Okay.
Because you've alleviated the excess pressure in here. Water is feeding into the tank. It corrects itself. As soon as you turn it back off, this water reheats to temperature. Temperature increases pressure. It pushes this water right back. The other reason that that's bad is because not only is it pushing this way, obviously it's pushing up this pipe.
Mm-hmm.
You take 65, 70 psi, if your PRV is working correctly, at your faucets, they should have absolutely no problem handling that type of pressure. If you shut your faucet down, your house equalizes at 70 psi. This vessel then pressurizes without an expansion tank, which again it's like a shock absorber. You increase the pressure on both sides. Now you've got 90 psi or 100 psi at your faucet. Well, your faucet by manufacturer is only rated to hold back so much pressure. So even a faucet that works correctly, that is in perfect working condition, will oftentimes leak if you don't have a pressure or an expansion tank, because
It just can't take the pressure buildup.
Yeah, it won't hold the pressure that is there.
Mm-hmm.
It can't.
Mm-hmm.
Brand new out of the box, it won't.
Mm-hmm.
That's why having the tank is a good idea. The other reason having the tank is a good idea is inside here is a solid steel vessel. It's not meant to contract and expand and contract and expand and contract and expand, but so many times before it completely gives out.
Okay.
And then you come down to an indoor pool.
Uh-oh.